Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build RU guitars. Okay, so last week I finished by setting the neck in, and actually I have located the bridge correctly, but I haven't included that in the video. I left it for this week, so I'll do it again. It's fairly easy. You may have noticed that there is some play in the neck pocket. It's not as tight as I would like it to be. Therefore, this is not going to be a set neck guitar. For set neck, when you glue the neck into the body, you need a quite tight fit, because glue is not supposed to fill the gap, but it's supposed to glue two surfaces that are next to each other closely. So for bolt-on, this is perfect. There'll be finish on both surfaces, on the neck and on the neck pocket, so that will take the gap. So there's your change of plan there. But the process of locating the bridge and everything else is exactly the same. So yeah, let's go through that. To find the location of the bridge correctly, I need to set the neck in parallel with the neck pocket. I have the intonation line here, which is 25.5 inches from the knot line. So that's the line here. And I'll put some masking tape over it so I can mark stuff on it. I don't want to draw on the body. And now, when the neck is straight in the pocket, all I do is I put the long ruler against the side of the neck and just extend the line on both sides, like so, straight with the neck extended onto the intonation line. And now we have two lines which are just straight with the sides of the neck. And if I go with the center line that I previously had, these lines are identical distance from the center line, which tells me that this center line on the body is still valid and straight. So the geometry is correct, and we can use the center line to align everything on the body. So let's locate the bridge. We have the intonation line here. That's 25.5 from the knot line, as I said. And this is important because this line will be used to set the bridge distance from the neck. And to do that, what I do is I extend saddles out, not all the way, but almost all the way out, and set them on the intonation line, which I will actually extend so I can see it from under the bridge. So this is the intonation line. And now extended saddles will fit here on the intonation line. Why this way, you may ask? So setting intonation for each string is different. It's not like the intonation line will be always the same. This is because 25.5 scale is okay for open strings, but if you fret a string, you're actually stretching it and you make it sharp. So you have to pull the saddle back to correct for it. This is different for each string because of the string thickness and tension within the string. Greater the tension, the bigger the effect will be. Also, bigger the thickness, the greater the effect will be. That's why your low E string is furthest back from all the strings, because it's the thickest. Some people like to set saddles halfway through the travel and set it on the intonation line then. I don't do that because you don't have to go beyond the intonation line towards the neck, so you never have to shorten the scale length for fretted strings. This is because of physics. By fretting strings, you never introduce slack to the string, you're always stretching it, which makes it sharp. The fretted string is never going to be flat, it's always going to be sharp when compared to open string. Setting intonation always goes back from the intonation line. And by setting your saddles halfway and locating the bridge there, you are losing half of the travel range on the saddle. I set it on the extended saddles, not all the way, but almost all the way, and then I can use entire length of the travel. That's how I like to do that, and it works. Okay, just to show you a bit closer, this is the intonation line, 25.5" from the nut. It's extended straight up and down. These two lines are the extensions of the neck sides. It's one, and this is the bass side, this is treble side. And if I check the distance from the center line, they are identical. So that's perfect. Now, I can put the bridge on with extended saddles, and I want to have this saddle's location right on the intonation line. I highlight the end of the bridge here and here on the center line, and I will put some masking tape over it. So that's one line, and that's the other line. The bridge is 80 millimeters, so 40 mils on either side of the center line. And if I align it with the center line, I can extend this line and mark 40 mil on either side, and the same on the back of the bridge. Extend the line, mark 40 mil on either side. There you go, and I will connect those two. Same here. This is where the bridge is supposed to be. Perfect. Now I can draw the pickup because I'm cutting the pickup cavity specifically for this pickup, for this bridge. So that's where the pickup lives. Quite a different location than the original one. Not only because it's flipped, but also it seems to be closer to the neck. And this is the template I will use to cut it, but I need to find the location correctly. It's not going to be aligned with the center line because the pickup seems to be twisted a bit. I'd rather align it manually than use center line and then worry about the alignment later. So this is the pickup cavity. I will erase the lines that I don't need so that they don't confuse me. I'm easily confused. Okay, yes, this looks perfect. What I can do now is take off those saddles and mark all the holes in the bridge. So the mounting screw holes and also the through body string holes. Now I can take this tape off. Don't need to worry about saddles scratching the surface now. And if I place the bridge here, where it lives, I can draw where the screws go. So these are the 4 mounting screws, and these are the through body string holes. And there it is. That's the bridge located for this guitar. What I have here is an old bridge. It's got exactly the same layout as the Gato bridge. So I'm going to use this as a template for drilling. I can literally tape it or glue it onto the body with masking tape and superglue and use it as a guide for the drill. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. And to drill pilot holes, I have this very cheap set of drills, which you can find the center, and yeah, you need to worry about locating them correctly. Those are 564s, 1160, so in miles, but I can use the closest one to drill the correct pilot hole. And the mounting screw is 3mm. This one is exactly 3mm. And this is 7/64s. This is 5/64s. I think I'll start with this. I will drill pilot holes, see how the screw fits in the hole, and enlarge it with a proper drill bit if I have to. The way it works is that this white bit here, the round sleeve, sits in the countersink hole and centers itself, so I don't have to center it correctly with the hole. It will be centered automatically. So let's drill one and see. So there's the hole. It's perfectly centered in the countersink, so I don't need to worry about the alignment. Let's do it for all the mounting holes. Okay, now when I take the screw, the mounting screw for the correct bridge, with the correct bit, of course. This is really important to have the correct fit. I can try and drive it in. If it doesn't want to go, yeah, I think I will enlarge it. And I will use the regular drill bit for that. To drill the through body string holes, I'm going to use this drill press, which has a larger gap than my drill press, and the body fits in here actually nicely. I can reach to those holes. It could actually reach to the mounting holes as well, but I didn't have to use it for them. It's set to full depth like so. So I can go through the entire body if I want to, and I will, but for only one string. And I'll explain why in a second when I actually drill all 6 through here. So let's set it up. Right, so that's 5 holes drilled, and for the 6th one, I'm actually going to go all the way through. No, I need to extend the drill bit because it didn't reach the end. Right, and now I have a hole on the other side of the guitar. Doesn't have to be pretty, it will be enlarged. Right, so we've got one hole here. Now I need the other 5. To do that, I can take the bridge off now. And just to make sure, let's see how the actual bridge fits in here. And it sits perfectly. It's exactly where the pickup is located. The holes are aligned great. Fantastic. Right, so the other side. So right now what we need is the other 5 holes. And I'm going to use the same bridge because it acts as a template very nicely. So it leads the drill bit, because it's metal, it will lead the drill bit in place and will allow me to drill the holes in line very nicely. So I'm going to use that as a template on the other side. But to do that, I need to mark the center line again. Right, so now we have the center line. I can mark center of these holes. Yeah. And if I pop the bridge on, I can see where it needs to be placed. So when I drill now from the back, these new holes will meet up with the holes on the other side. Let's glue it on. Okay, bridge is in place. Let's drill these holes now from this side. Perfect. I can take off the bridge now. And this is how I use an old bridge as a template for drilling. So this is how straight this method allows me to drill those holes. They're perfectly in line, perfect spacing, and on top, there it is. And if I put the bridge plate on it, where are you? Here. Here's how everything aligns. So what I can do now is focus on routing out the pickup cavity. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but this is the locating pin I use to locate the top on the body, and it's going to be routed out absolutely invisible. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to align the center line, obviously, because the pickup is the other way around. I could do it upside down, but as I mentioned, this angle is slightly different than what the template thinks. So I'm going to use it right way up, and I'm going to align the template with the actual hole, so it's perfect. This template is slightly damaged. I'm going to soak it with a very thin super glue just to harden the edges. This shape of this pickup is not critical. It's hidden under the bridge entirely, but I want to preserve the template. I'm going to clamp the body in 2 places just for safety. And for this operation, I'm going to use my tiny router bit I got from Stumac. It's a 1/4 inch, so 6mm-ish. The best thing about this router bit is, well, it's new, but also is not very tall. So it cuts the distance between the bearing and the tip of the router bit is only 6mm. So I'm not going to cut deep on the first go. I may do the first pass with this, and then I can swap it with my normal cheap router bit. But the first pass I want to do shallow. So I'm going to use my depth stop again. I dropped the router to the body, and I'm using my depth stop to lift by, there's actually scale here. I'm going to lift it by 6mm. And now when I drop the router, that bit is 6 millimeters deeper than it was. The bearing rides perfectly on the template. I'm worried about this bit here, which is chewed up. I can't remember how I did it, but it's no good. So I need to be careful not to go into it. That should be fine. This depth should be fine. Right, let's plug it all in. Okay, so the first pass, it's not very deep, so this template is what? Template is 7, and from the template down to bottom is 12, so it's 5mm deep so far. I can't see the channel that I routed from the switch cavity to control cavity. I was hoping it would be visible here, but it seems like I'm going to have to drill through to get to it. I'm going to change the router bit now for the regular one and go deeper. Okay, so now I've got the regular router bit. Nothing special about it. It's old as well, so we can expect burn marks. but I don't have to use the short one now, so I can just go back to the regular one. So this one also rides on the template, on the bottom section of the template, and yeah, it will route, I don't know, 5 mil more than it is now. Google says that the depth of the cavity needs to be about 20 mil. This is what I'm going to go for. Okay, so we've got the cable cavity that I mentioned, and I simply wasn't deep enough to reach it. The top is 6 mil, I was 5 mil deep into the top, so yeah, now it's discovered. There are some burn marks, but the router bit is doing fine. I'll carry on. Okay, so now we're 20 mil minus the 7, so it's 13 mil. Yeah, quite a way to go to reach 20 mil. Got 7 millimeters more to go, and I think I will get a longer route bit because I want to carry on riding on the template. Okay, that's the third pass. And we are now at 20.5 mils minus the template thickness, so 13 mil. This is what the cavity looks like. Very happy with it so far. So I think we may need 2 more passes, since this is, what did I say, 13 mil? It's 20 minus 7, so it's 13 mil. I think I'm happy to drop this route a bit down and ride on the edge of the cavity. That should be fine. That's very good. Still rides on the template, I'm very happy. Cool. Okay, don't know what I was thinking, but we have 29 mil depth from the top of the template, so 22 mil depth of the actual cavity. I'm not sure why I wanted to carry on. I don't know. It worked. This depth is not crucial. Doesn't have to be 20 or 19 as the internet says, actually, millimeters, because the pickup is not mounted directly to the wood, but rather it's sitting on the bridge. So yeah, the depth is not really important. And as you can see, well, you may not be able to, but now as you may be able to see, the cavity is entirely covered by the bridge. The bridge is lined up with all the holes, and you can't see the cavity at all, which is perfect. With some vintage bridges, with the ashtray bridges, you sometimes are able to see the edges of the cavity. Let's see if this one will show through. Yep. So with this one, when you align it correctly, you can actually see the light under the bridge. Not with this one is bigger and heavier. It's all covered up. Perfect. Okay, I think that's quite a lot done for today. I think I will tackle the neck pickup next week and the spoke wheel as well. I think I have a pretty solid idea of how to approach that, and that's for the next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Love you, bye.